Have you ever thought about this? If you suddenly traveled back 40,000 years, what would you do if you wanted to draw something? You couldn't grab a notebook. You couldn't buy a canvas. You couldn't even find a single piece of paper, because none of those things existed. So, where did humans create their very first artwork? The answer might surprise you. Long before books, long before schools, long before writing. Humans had already discovered a way to tell stories, not with words, but with pictures. Let's go back to the Stone Age. Imagine you're a caveman living with your tribe. One day, after a long and dangerous hunt, you and your friends finally manage to bring down a giant mammoth. Everyone celebrates. The children are amazed. The elders are proud. But after the celebration ends, a question comes to your mind. How will future generations know what happened today? There are no cameras, no phones, no videos, no social media. If nobody records this moment, it will disappear forever. So you decide to do something that no one has ever done before. You pick up a piece of burnt wood from the campfire. Then you crush red and yellow rocks into powder. You mix the powder with animal fat, water, and tree sap until it becomes a thick paint. Instead of using a paintbrush, you use your fingers, or maybe a small stick. Slowly, you begin drawing on the cave wall, a giant mammoth, hunters holding spears, people running, handprints, animals. Without realizing it, you've just created one of the world's first works of art. These weren't just random drawings. Every picture had a purpose. Some told stories about successful hunts. Some warned people about dangerous animals. Some may have been used in ceremonies or religious rituals. Others were probably created simply because humans loved expressing themselves. In a way, those cave walls became the world's very first museums. Thousands of years later, people would still discover those same paintings. Imagine that. Something drawn with a burnt stick could survive for over 30,000 years. That's older than almost every building on Earth today. But as amazing as cave paintings were, they had one huge problem. You couldn't take them anywhere. Imagine drawing the greatest picture of your life, then realizing your friend living 20 kilometers away would never see it. Need to send a message? Too bad. You can't carry an entire cave on your back. Humans needed something better. So they began experimenting. Instead of painting on cave walls, some people started carving pictures into giant rocks. Unlike paint, stone carvings couldn't easily wash away. Rain couldn't erase them. Wind couldn't destroy them. Even today, many ancient carvings are still standing. But stone wasn't the perfect solution either. Imagine carrying 5 giant rocks just to show someone your artwork. That would be exhausting. So people kept searching. As civilizations grew, artists became more creative. The ancient Egyptians discovered a tall plant growing along the Nile River called papyrus. One day someone wondered, what if we could write and draw on this plant? They cut the plant into thin strips, laid the strips across each other, pressed them together, and let them dry. For the first time, people had something that was light, flexible, and easy to carry. Artists no longer had to stay inside caves. Their drawings could travel across kingdoms. Books slowly became possible. Maps could be created. Letters could be sent. Knowledge could finally move from one place to another. But papyrus wasn't perfect. It tore easily. It didn't last forever, and it only grew in certain places. So once again, humans searched for something better. Eventually, people discovered parchment. Instead of plants, it was made from animal skin. It was much stronger than papyrus. Many important books, royal documents, and religious texts were written on it. The downside? It was incredibly expensive. Sometimes dozens of animal skins were needed just to make one large book. Not everyone could afford it. Then, around 2,000 years ago, everything changed. In China, inventors discovered a completely new way to create writing material. Instead of using plants or animal skin, they used old cloth, tree bark, fishing nets, and other natural fibers. Everything was mixed with water until it became soft pulp. The pulp was spread into thin sheets, pressed, dried, and suddenly, paper was born. It was cheaper, lighter, easier to produce, and before long, it spread across the world. This single invention changed human history forever. Books became cheaper, schools became more common. Artists had a brand new canvas. Scientists could record discoveries. Inventors could sketch new ideas. History itself could finally be preserved. As time passed, artists didn't just improve their materials. They improved their skills. They invented better brushes, brighter paints, new techniques. Paintings became more realistic. People could create landscapes, portraits, castles, ships, even scenes that looked almost alive. Then came another incredible invention, the camera. For the first time in history, people could capture reality with the press of a button. Many artists feared that painting was finished. After all, why spend weeks painting someone's face when a camera could capture it in seconds? But something unexpected happened. Painting didn't disappear. It evolved. Artists stopped trying to copy reality. Instead, they painted emotions, dreams, imagination. Some painted strange shapes. Others painted bright colors that didn't even exist in nature. Art had become limitless. And then, computers arrived. Suddenly, artists didn't even need paper anymore. A digital tablet became their canvas. One tap could undo a mistake. Millions of colors were available instantly. Today, some artists even create stunning paintings with the help of artificial intelligence, from a finger covered in charcoal to a digital pen drawing on a glowing screen. Human art has come an unbelievably long way. But despite all these changes, one thing has never changed. Humans have always wanted to tell stories, whether it was a caveman painting a mammoth deep inside a dark cave, or a modern artist creating digital masterpieces for millions of people online. The goal has always been exactly the same: to share an idea, to express a feeling, to leave behind something that says, "I was here." And that's how a few simple drawings on cave walls slowly evolved into the incredible world of art we know today.